I have found the perfect home in Charleston, and guess what? It's $100,000 overpriced.
Is that for real?
And today we're gonna take a look at that home and two others in the highly desirable suburb of West Ashley. Hey everyone, welcome back to Owning Charleston, Gems and Deals, right here on the Living in Charleston, South Carolina channel. I am your host, Ryan McHugh, and today we are gonna talk everything and all things West Ashley. Yes, West Ashley is the hottest suburb in Charleston, arguably. For a lot of people who are families, young professionals, investors, West Ashley is just booming.
Boom goes the dynamite.
And so one of the big draws to West Ashley is its proximity to downtown Charleston, the highway, the 526, and Folly Beach. Let me tell you, you can get to Folly Beach in 10 to 15 minutes if you're inside the 526, or 20 minutes if you're outside the 526. And you can get to downtown Charleston in a matter of 10 minutes, really, from any part of West Ashley. Maybe 15, 20 minutes if you're outside the 526, but then you can always just hop on the 526 and head into downtown. So you have a lot of options when it comes to moving or living in West Ashley. Now, I wouldn't be giving you a clear picture if I didn't mention that West Ashley is growing, it's booming, it's gentrifying, and one of the best parts that personally I like is that they're adding to it. They're gonna actually be putting in a public transportation bridge, so you can ride bicycles, scooters, you name it, all from West Ashley into downtown Charleston. Right now, you'd have to commute with a vehicle or take an Uber, but you can walk it if you feel comfortable walking that bridge. But it's one of those things where I like to let everybody know that West Ashley, it's not gonna stop growing. You're gonna see a lot of these old houses in these old neighborhoods flipped. A lot of investors like buying these homes and basically tearing them right down to the studs and rebuilding and making these homes like brand new on the inside. So as I was mentioning in my intro, we have 3 homes to take a look at today in West Ashley. 2 of them are inside the 526 and 1 is outside the 526. Give you kind of an idea of price, size, and what you can expect to spend if you're looking to move to West Ashley. And one of the crazy things is I see homes all the time when I'm running comps or I'm talking to people about certain things. I sometimes will see a home and I go, wow, that's really overpriced for that neighborhood. Well, today we're gonna talk about one home that is, in my opinion, a little overpriced, but it's also in a very charming community. So let's dive into these homes right now. Also, don't forget that we release these videos every Saturday, so be sure to subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell. We don't want you to miss an episode because I'm gonna dive into all of the different areas all throughout Charleston, talk about shopping, restaurants, the best neighborhoods, all that great stuff. So let's dive into West Ashley right now. All right, first things first, right out of the gate, West Ashley is right here. It is west of the Ashley River, which is where it gets its name. If you're looking at West Ashley, I always tell everybody there's some key areas that will really stick out to you. Ashley Forest, Avondale, Old Town. You have your primary West Ashley area. You got areas up here by the 526. You have Costco, the Citadel Mall, a ton of different things, and they have big plans for that Citadel Mall area. If you kind of go over there right now, it's sad. Let's just call it what it is. It's pretty sad. It's a lot of concrete and not a whole lot of businesses want to be in and around the Citadel Mall these days. So that all being said, that area is going to be totally redone in the coming years. There's big plans for that Citadel Mall area. And I actually think that that's going to really change the landscape of West Ashley. Malls aren't really a big thing anymore. I mean, everybody's doing Amazon these days. My wife and I were just having this conversation the other day. We're like, well, we bought all the kids' Christmas gifts. We don't have to go to the mall. We can just purchase them all on Amazon. And, you know, a little Amazon fairy comes and poops it out on your front doorstep. So,
well, okay then.
Why do you need a mall anymore? And really, it's kind of sad because I grew up in the time when, like, that's what everybody did. Christmas time, you went to the malls, you had shopping, you had your hot cocoa, you got a cookie from Annie Ann's or pretzels or whatever have you, and then you went and you just did all the shopping, and then you had all these bags, you had to carry them out to your car. That was the that was the way of life, right? And so Citadel Mall right there in West Ashley is just taking up real estate at this point. You do have a lot of really great shopping in and around West Ashley, along with the Costco. You just have so much. You've got Harris Teeter down there. You have TJ Maxx. There's just so much in West Ashley that West Ashley has to offer. A lot of the car dealerships are going to be right on Savannah Highway. There's the Harris Teeter. Whole Foods is down there. I know people love their Whole Foods. So that's an area where I think if you're a young professional or if you're someone that's moving to Charleston, you don't want to give up those certain little amenities or things that, if you had to move to, let's say, Summerville, well, they're not going to have a Whole Foods in Summerville, so why don't we live here, And again, I really think if you're someone that is really to make this area, you want to move into this area, this is going to be an area where you really want to grow. I think West Ashley is a great investment, especially with all the future things that are coming to West Ashley. So one of the big things that when I'm talking with people and they ask me about West Ashley, it's because they usually want to be close to water, right? And one of the big benefits of being in West Ashley is you are close to water. In fact, some of the neighborhoods will even allow you to have a dock or a dockable site. So if you're someone that wants to build a dock off your home because you're on water, you can certainly do that. And there's going to be a lot of neighborhoods throughout West Ashley that'll allow you to have that kind of lifestyle. The other big thing I'm going to mention just before we dive into the properties is that West Ashley is really broken up into two parts. And so everybody refers to it as inside the 526, okay? So 526 is right here. This is basically what separates West Ashley from the West Ashley of outside the 526. And so you may say, well, what's the big difference, Ryan? Well, outside the 526 is where you're seeing a lot of new construction, you're seeing a lot of commercial come up. It's just because they have the space there. And outside the 526, you got great neighborhoods like Carolina Bay and a lot of really great restaurants over there. Some working folks like the Bees Ferry area. So again, there's just a lot over there. You got West Ashley Park over there. So the outside the 526 does lend a lot of activity. But if you're somebody that's like, hey, we want to be in the true West Ashley, well, that's inside the 526, and there's a lot of neighborhoods to consider. So let's do this. Let's jump into our first property, and this one is going to be inside the 526. And this property, now I've got you showing up on the MLS. We're going to dive right into this one. All right, so we're checking out 733 Longfellow Road in Charleston, South Carolina. And again, this is inside the I-526. This is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home. This is at 1,637 square feet. So my thinking is that the living space is going to be tighter. This home was built in 1960. So again, a little bit older homes. You're going to find older homes in West Ashley, especially inside the 526, that are going to probably either need to be updated, are updated, or fully rehabbed. And so that's one of my favorite things, is seeing how these contractors or investment companies come in and just totally gut these houses down to the studs, and then they build them back and they make them like modern. They put all the spray foam in there. They really make these homes great. And so it's one of my favorite things that they do there. The acreage on this home is 0.21, so you're a little bit on the higher side in comparison to some of the surrounding neighborhoods. Like a half an acre isn't uncommon in West Ashley. You're just not going to see a whole lot of it. One of the things that I would point out right out of the gate, the HOA fee, there is no HOA fee. So it's not an HOA. So you can do really whatever you want. You want to paint the house, you want to change the color of the front door. You don't have to write to anyone and ask for permission. It's one of my favorite parts. Now, you will see the taxes. Taxes, $9,593. And I'm going to tell you why in just a second. I'm going to explain why they're so high, because you're saying, Ryan, I'm not going to come to Charleston and spend $10K in taxes when that's what I'm spending here in New York or California. So don't worry, I'm gonna explain why that's showing so high. Now, again, this home is on a corner lot, so it makes it highly desirable. And one of the things I think too is that it's located in the desirable Avondale area. And yeah, I mean, it's really in a hotbed of a lot of neighborhoods in and around Charleston. Now, let's just pull up the map real quick. So here we are right here. I'm going to flip this to satellite so you can kind of get an idea, bird's eye view of what that lot looks like. And again, it is in another neighborhood that's a little bit more, it's going to be a little bit smaller. You know, it's not like the homes are huge in these neighborhoods. And you're actually not far from the Magnolia Park and Community Garden. It looks like it's just a block away. You got Ackerman Park, you got the Ackerman Dog Park, there's a skate park over there. So again, if you're somebody that's got kids or you just like a little bit of outdoor lifestyle, this is going to be fantastic. And you're only minutes away from Savannah Highway. So 17, that's going to get you into downtown Charleston. That's going to get you into, that'll take you to Folly Road, which will take you out to Folly Beach. And then really you take 17 the other direction, puts you on the 526. So if you need to get to Summerville, North Charleston, the airport, any of that stuff, you're minutes away. So proximity for this home is an A+. I really like this home, especially from the location and the price at $695. I'd say, you know, there's some room to negotiate on that. I'd say that's kind of on the higher side considering the amount of square footage. But they're probably also banking that this home has, this home's location is really what's going to bring it in, that top price, sale price. Now, let's take a look at the tax information. So I know you're curious about that. And then we're going to watch the video of this home, the video tour. So right out of the gate, the thing I'm going to tell you is that this home's assessment rate, it's rated at 6%. Now, you might see 4% for a lot of these homes that we're looking at, but 6% tells me one of two things. One, they don't live there and they're just using this as kind of a snowbird location. The owners just use it whenever they want to, right? Or they're an investment, right? They bought it as an investment and they're renting it out. Because if you look in 2022, the taxes were only $17.48. But when they switched it to a 6%, because it's a non-residency rate, which means you're not using this as your primary residence, it now changes into like a second home rate or an investor rate, which is much higher. Now you got to pay more city taxes, more county taxes. It triples or quadruples what you're currently paying, which is why you're seeing almost $10,000 in taxes. Now, Brian, if I buy this home, can I get it back to the primary rate? Absolutely. Absolutely you can. It might go up a little bit from when the time that they had purchased and did this, but that's not going to change a whole lot. All right, let's jump in to the video of this property. All right, 733 Longfellow Road. Like the front door. I like the front door. I like what they did. I think all the crown molding, nice big ceiling, I like the lighter paint. Lighter colored wood floors looks nice as well. Really more neutral tones. Again, like the shiplap on the walls. They've done a really nice job updating this home. You can tell this was professionally done just from the detail. And again, they're using a small kitchen. They're using the space for the, the small kit. It's a smaller kitchen, right? So they probably couldn't put a ton of cabinets in there. So they're using it with the floating shelves and things like that. I think that's really nice. This looks like this could be a secondary or primary bedroom. Okay, so this is a primary, master bedroom, master bath, double vanity. Love that. Okay, secondary bedroom, 2 closets it looks like. Nice size king bed, really good space. Another good size bedroom, another king bed. Wow, these bedrooms are shockingly large for 1,653 square feet. Another full bathroom and another bedroom. And this one they've got set up like an office. So this is probably a little bit of the most smaller of the bedrooms, but look at it, it's got an ensuite. It's pretty fantastic. Hardy plank siding, so you got your James Hardy board. Good sized backyard. Oh, I like that. Nice little fireplace. Good mature tree line in the backyard. A lot of privacy. That's what you like to see in these older communities, is large trees and privacy. Because, if you're moving here, you don't want to be right on top of your neighbor if you're living in downtown Charleston. All right, definitely like 733 Longfellow. That is a great home on a great lot. especially with all that privacy in the back. And they tastefully updated that home. I would have to say, you know, $695. I'd probably offer something closer to $650 for that home. But again, that's my opinion of the prices and what I'm thinking and what I've seen. Again, I've seen a lot of homes in these neighborhoods. West Ashley, I'm in all the time. So trust me, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these prices. Now let's jump over to the next one. This is 1073 Avenue of Oaks, Charleston, South Carolina. And we are still inside the 526. And the nice part about this one is this one's 2942 square feet. It is an elevated home and it's in the Avenue of Oaks, which is a really hot neighborhood in West Ashley. A lot of my clients are always telling me, they're like, Ryan, we want to be in Avenue of Oaks if we're going to live in West Ashley. The walkability is fantastic. There's a lot to do nearby. And I got to tell you this is a really funny story. I got to tell you this is crazy. I was showing a home there, right? And my client, she had just fallen in love with this house. It was everything she wanted. She could see the marsh, the water. She's like, Ryan, we love this. And she takes her glasses out of her purse because she wanted to kind of read over some stuff. So she takes her glasses out. And I had noticed they're like a more expensive brand of glasses, right? So she puts them down and we walk, you know, we were walking around the house and next thing you know, she's like, okay, we're ready to go to the next one. So we leave, I lock up, we're driving down. And all of a sudden, she goes to me, she calls my phone, and we're driving out of the neighborhood. She goes, oh my God, Ryan, I left my $600 glasses in that house. We have to go back. So we turned around, we went back. But when we went back, we met the owners because they were just returning because they thought our showing had wrapped up and we were done. So we had this like kind of quick little dialogue between us. And it ended up being such a scenario where the sellers and my buyer had actually all lived in the same town when they were younger, and they had known each other through like another party. Long story short, my client gets her glasses back, and we ended up putting a really great offer together on that home. All in all, she ended up getting it, and they fell in love with it. So sometimes those are the stories that I love telling people because like stuff like that happens all the time. And it's fate. It's just serendipitous that, hey, we went back, they happened to have this really great conversation, and then we put an offer in, and they accepted our offer out of all the other offers they got, just because my client happened to leave her glasses on the counter.
Whoa, that's crazy.
So things like that happen all the time. I just like to share those little tidbits because I think they're really great stories, and not a whole lot of really great real estate stories get told many of these days. They're usually horror stories, and I think that's one of the good ones I like to think about. So let's jump into 1073 Avenue of Oaks. And again, I said this home is 2942 square feet, but it only sits on 0.06 of an acre. That's tiny, guys. That's tiny. It's not a whole lot of room. They were really putting them in the Avenue of Oaks. And again, this neighborhood, so this home, if you got kids, your elementary school is going to be St. Andrews, West Ashley Middle, and then West Ashley High. So great options there. This is a marshfront subdivision. So it's one of the things I always tell people, like if you want water or you want to be by water, or you just like the old oak trees, this neighborhood actually goes beyond what's normal for preserving and caring for the 100-year-old oak trees that they have all over the property. So again, it's not called Avenue of Oaks for nothing. One of the other things I just want to mention is that the location of this neighborhood is really great. So jumping into Avenue of Oaks, so right here is the home. You can see, yeah, these homes are tight. They're put in real tight, guys. Like you are gonna reach out and touch your neighbor kind of tight. But you got these massive 100-year-old oak trees behind you. Some of the houses do sit on the marsh, but this one does not. This one sits right here. And I'll tell you, it's a great community when you consider the proximity. You have St. Andrews Boulevard right here. So you got 61. You got Old Town Road right here. You've got Forest Park Playground. And then if you take St. Andrews Boulevard, that just takes you right to Charleston. That'll just take you right down and into downtown Charleston. Or you can come over and hop on the 30 and head towards Folly Beach Road. You've got a lot of options, especially where this home is located. I know the other home we looked at was located a little bit closer down here in Avondale. This one's up a little bit more, but you've got a lot of really great businesses, shops, restaurants, clothing stores all nearby. West Ashley Town Center is basically right in here. And so when you think about, lifestyle, you're going to have a water lifestyle because boat launches are nearby. You've got a lot of walking paths. The trail walking path is right here. So I don't know if you can see this, but they've got this really great path that walks out there. It's a bikeway parking type situation, and it connects all throughout. This bikeway connects all throughout West Ashley. So if you're somebody that likes to bike or walk, you'll be able to do that only, minutes from your house, minutes. So again, 1073 Avenue of Oaks, great location, great size home. The price is where I'm having a little bit of difficulty, and I'll tell you why. Some of the homes that I have sold in this area and neighborhood were under $1 million. So this home is listed for $1,195,000. This is the home where I said, in my opinion, I would actually argue that this home is about $100,000 overpriced. But let's watch the video right now and you tell me what you think. Let's dive right in. All right, so again, I love the elevated homes. I like the pull under garages. I think those lend a really cool look and feel, and you have more space for Christmas decorations, storage, all that good stuff. Love the triple doors on the front. Really like the contrast, the heavy contrast through the home. Dark floors, light walls, dark furniture, really light and bright, but then contrasted with the darker colors. Love the wood hood. The kitchen is just out of this park. I would say I'd like to see a double oven as opposed to the oven and microwave, but that's what they put in there. But again, that's why I say when I'm comparing these homes with other homes, I understand the pricing a little bit more strategically than any of the other realtors would. Again, really great loft space. I like that they left carpet in the living rooms, the bedrooms. Tile, really good sized bathrooms, good sized secondaries. Yeah, so this home checks a lot of boxes. And again, it's just under 3,000 square feet. You are a little bit closer to your neighbors, as you can tell, but having that big yard space, look at that. Good space in the backyard, so kids can still go out there and play. And then look at the beautiful, the area is just gorgeous. West Ashley, from a visual perspective, it's like you're on vacation all the time, especially if you love the water. So we've talked about 733 Longfellow Road. We've talked about 1073 Avenue of Oaks. The one thing is, let's take a look at the taxes. So here you go. Assessment rate is at 4%, and the taxes are $3,572 a year. See, that's more in line with what you can expect in the West Ashley area, especially if you're having it as your primary residence. Now, the one thing I do want to check on this particular home is the FEMA flood zones. So as you can see, this actually has 2 flood zones, and one actually might, they look like they're at the same time. So this has a moderate PCT zone code and then an AE high risk. Okay, so again, these areas are usually what they consider, they have 1% chance flooding each year. And again, that's if we get a lot of rain, we get those storms that roll up the coast. People always ask me, Ryan, would I ever have to mandatory evacuate? Only if the county said, hey, pack your bags, lock up your doors, board your windows, we're getting a big storm, you're gonna have to evacuate. Then yes, you would have to evacuate and hope when you got back, everything was still there. But these are the risks people do take, wanting to live closer to the water, closer to Charleston, closer to downtown. These are just some of the risks you're gonna have to incur. And ultimately, you're gonna have to carry flood insurance if you're having a mortgage. You'll definitely wanna carry flood insurance. There's no question about it. So something to just think over is what I tell everybody. All right, property number 3. Let's dive into 1850 Grovehurst Drive. So this home is located outside the I-526, and I told you there's inside the 526 and outside the 526. This one is in one of my favorite neighborhoods called Carolina Bay. Now, I love Carolina Bay for a couple of reasons. One, you're close to all the shopping, you're close to Costco, you're close to Publix, grocery stores, Whole Foods, all that good stuff. But you're also close to some really great parks. You can hop on the 526 and get essentially anywhere pretty relatively quickly. And you're not in a crazy high flood zone. So let's talk about 1850 Grovehurst Drive right here in Carolina Bay. So right out of the gate, schools that you're gonna be zoned for: elementary, you're zoned for Oakland. For middle, it's C.E. Williams. And then for high school, West Ashley. And again, do your due diligence on schools. If schools is important to you, do your due diligence. This home sits on 0.13, so a little bit bigger than the last home we saw. Again, this is at 3282 square feet. This is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath home. And I got to tell you, this home is pretty much move-in ready. So if you're somebody looking at this and you're watching this, because Carolina Bay's full of amenities, and they have a first floor bedroom as well as a second primary in this home. So that's really great. There is an HOA in this neighborhood. It is $360 semi-annually. So it's something to consider if you're going to be in this neighborhood. Just know they do have an HOA. So if we pull up the taxes, so these guys are also assessed at a rate of 6%, but their taxes are $3,392 a year. Again, they may not live here. They may just kind of do this as a winter vacation location. And a lot of people do that. They are not in a mandatory insurance flood zone. So you're in flood zone X, so it's minimal flooding, which is great, because if you're living in West Ashley and I get there's some concern of flooding, but if you're living in West Ashley, you really don't want to have to worry about flooding, and having an X rating is nice. I will say that. And it keeps your home very marketable. Let's dive into the video and watch that. I think that's what you guys are really interested in. All right, so this is 1850 Grovehurst Drive. Love the front, love the, you gotta have a gas lantern. Listen, if you're living in Charleston, you gotta have a gas lantern and a palm tree. It's a must. Love the library right in the front. That's very cute. I like that. I like seeing that stuff. Nice primary bedroom. Or this is that guest bedroom down. Oh, very cute. Dual vanity, fantastic. Nice shower. I'm not a big dark wood floors fan, but it works for this home. Love the kitchen. Look at all that cabinetry. Oh my God, all the way up to the ceiling cabinets. You don't see that very often. Love the corner pantry. Right there, that's what people should be doing, is the corner built-in pantry. Great little extra loft space. Looks like a little outdoor courtyard, sunroom space, and then you've got a nice little garden. So one of the things people always ask me, let's pause this real quick. So people always ask me, and I'm just gonna back up. Yes, garages rear load in Carolina Bay, most of them. I have found a few homes that do have side load garages, but for the most part, they're rear load. Now, it does eat into your backyard space a little bit, but for the most part, you still have a good amount of green space, as you can see from that person having a garden in a backyard. As got oak wood treads. Wow, really nice space upstairs. Look at this. This is a whole loft space, and look at these big cabinets. I know what it takes to put these in, and that's a lot of work. And two, you have to remember that this is all custom. This was all done after they moved in. This is really, really nice. I mean, if you've got kids and maybe your kids are homeschooled, this is the kind of situation you want to be looking for. Yeah, I mean, it's like a whole art supplies area. I mean, that's incredible. And then you have the upstairs front balcony. Look at the size of this bedroom and the built-ins. Look at all these built-ins. I love all the built-ins in this house. This is really great. I love the bathrooms. They got the granite countertops, good sized bathrooms. I mean, when you see all these built-ins in these houses, this would normally cost you $10,000 to $20,000 to put in. And this is just a big cost savings. Yeah, look at the laundry room. I mean, if you're somebody that's like storage, this is it. And then you're close to the golf course. You got the nice front porch, front balcony porch. So yeah, this is a really beautiful home, and I think it's got a lot of value, especially the fact that this home is only listed for $750,000. This home a little bit closer to Charleston, or even maybe in Mount Pleasant, we'd be looking at like 1.25 million.
It's a steal at this price.
So definitely you can see there's a big difference in costs and overall homes in the area when you're looking at West Ashley. So again, this home checks a lot of boxes. The neighborhood's fantastic. And I got to tell you, any of these three properties is really amazing. If you're someone that's looking to relocate here and you're just like, I don't even understand the area, then we really need to focus in on what's going to be the best for your lifestyle. Now, if we're looking at the map, taking a look at where this home is located outside, you can see it's definitely located outside the 526. There's the 526. I don't know why this keeps zooming out on me. It's so annoying. Sorry, guys. The MLS has the worst map system. Yeah, see, it keeps doing that. The worst map system known to man. If the MLS is watching this, fix your shit, because this sucks. All right. Anyways, back to here. We got Carolina Bay Park. You have Ponderosa Park. You've got the dog park close by. Let's flip on the satellite. And again, you're right here off Savannah Highway. So if you're someone that commutes, you work, you got to be downtown, there's a lot of options for you. Or if you're someone that fishes and you want to be close to docks, well, you got them all along here. There's some public docks not too far away. So if you're someone that's like, you know, we really gotta find something and be close to water, well, you can do it here. One little funny story I will share with you about a client who he used one of the public docks. It was actually on the Johns Island side. It was off a main road. And this was a really funny story. He first week he was here, he was like, all right, I'm gonna get my boat and we're gonna go launch it. And we're gonna launch from one of the public docks. And so I had sent him an address of one of the ones that a friend referred to me, but it was in Johns Island. They had moved to West Ashley, so it wasn't far away. So he went in and he was getting all the stuff ready for his boat. And so he's about to launch it. And so he backs his trailer into the water just enough to get the boat in. And he goes out just as he's about to release everything. He just slips and slams on his butt and falls to the ground and slides into the water, soaking his phone, his keys, he was drenched. And he kept saying to me afterwards, because we had talked a little bit post their home close, and he had said to me, he's like, I didn't realize how steep your guys' boat launches are. Like back in New York, you know, they're angled and they go down, but this just goes right down. And so he wasn't expecting that much of a pitch in the drop. So he definitely got more than he asked for that day. So again, just a little funny story I like to tell people. You learn so many things here that it's a learning curve. So you gotta take it for what it is. But I'll tell you what, this neighborhood, Carolina Bay, is one of my more favorites. And again, it's just because it's proximity to all the shopping, restaurants, downtown Charleston, all that good stuff. And the one thing I'll mention too is, like, right now there are over 212 available properties in just the West Ashley area alone. And that may not sound like a whole lot, but in West Ashley, that's a good amount. We do see some other neighborhoods, some other areas that have more homes. You know, Johns Island, I think, is up to about 400. Summerville is close to 800. So again, those homes are a perfect example of what you can expect to find in West Ashley. And again, like I said, West Ashley is a great area. It's a great suburb. You've got a lot of shopping, restaurants. You're close to so many things. And I just think it's aesthetically beautiful over there, on top of being so close to downtown Charleston. All right, so once again, if you're looking to make the move to Charleston, South Carolina, and you're looking at West Ashley, you gotta reach out. Give me a call, days, nights, weekends, holidays, it doesn't matter. Ryan McHugh, your neighborhood expert, 843-226-5535. And if you wanna see available properties now in West Ashley, go to www.buyfromrye.com. And if you guys want to see more great videos like this one, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. All right, make sure you tune in every Saturday as we release a new video. And if you guys want me to cover a specific area, do me a favor and tell me in the comments what area I should do next. And don't forget, if you want to book a Zoom consultation, go ahead and reach out. I'll be more than happy to schedule one, and we can talk all about your move and purchase here in Charleston, South Carolina. And if you want to see more great videos like this one, go ahead and click this button right here.